Now, Glenn equation 2, let us determine the general solution of cos of 2x minus cos of x minus 3 equals 0. So now masukale si rewrite la cos of 2x double angle leyana. Cos of 2x yaziba ngubani go cos squared x minus 1 sine squared x, okay, minus 7 cos of x minus 3. Okay, so ayikho no ichinja phayana. So write la cos of 2x as identity yake double angle cos squared x minus sine squared x. So since up and cos squared nomnye cos ngaphayana, must change la sine squared into cos, must write as identity and cos. So siyazi ba ke ngosabana abantu sabano cos bodwa kule equation yethu. Okay, now ngizoba ngibani ngizoba cos squared x using square identity esithi, okay, ngikhangele enye color. Square identity sethu esithi sine squared sithi sine squared x plus cos squared x equals 1. So sine squared sinakum right ngothatha abantu cos umsekwela cala, that is sine squared x abangibani 1 minus cos squared x using ndoni as a square identity sisaziyo. Okay, so which means that sine squared wethu uzabangibani 1 minus cos squared x. So it's minus 1, so multiply the negative phayana, so it's a plus cos squared x minus 7 cos of x minus 3 equals 0. Multiply the negative because it's a negative guide by multiplying the 1, so it's a negative 1 times the negative cos is a positive cos positive. Replace sine squared x ngabani go 1 minus cos squared x. Okay, minus 7 cos x minus 3 equals 0. Now the like terms is like cos squared plus like cos squared, so it's going to be 2 cos squared x, and then la negative 1 to 1 is na la minus 3 is about minus 4, and then there's middle term yam no 7 cos of x minus 3 no minus 1 is about minus 4 equals 0. Now then 2 cos squared x minus 7 cos x minus 4 equals 0. Now so factorize la ndo about 2 cos of x go bracket yokala bracket bini nabantu no cos of x, okay, and then do no minus 4 do no positive 1 ngapha. This equals to 0. If we multiply as brackets kwa corner, you're gonna get la expression lapha ngaphezulu kanye la equation ilapha ngaphezulu. 2 cos x multiply na lena multiply here 2 cos kwa corner minus 4 1 no cos x diwanisi ilanduka zakho middle terms like terms zakho middle term yakho zoba negative 7 multiply 1 no minus 4 so fona bani or minus 4. So you check here that you factorize that. Okay, now so solve for equation here to stubborn or le brackets equated to 0 na let's equated to 0 ngapha so fona bani cos of x equals 1 negative a half, but that 1 more lisa be negative divided both sides more 2, okay, or cos of x equals 1 a positive 4 that 4 more lisa go equals sign, and then cos of x akwazi ba equal to 4 ungayi verify ngothatha cos umsenga phezulu second function cos umbethe second function cos of 4 umbethe kwi calculator, and also it's because a graph ka cos a maximum value yayo ngubani ngu1, so it's not possible cos of x abe ngu 4. All right, and then size ngapha, and then tell cos umsenga ngapha na yazi wenza x equals second function cos of a half, second function cos half. This is 60 degrees. All right, 60 degrees. Okay, masikhumbule ba apha la cos of x benjani be negative, so masiye kwintoni kwi Cartesian plane yethu. Yazi ba ku first quadrant zonke i-trig functions zethu sine cos no tan are positive, second quadrant ngo sine yedwa, kwi third quadrant ngo tan yedwa, fourth quadrant ngo cos yedwa. So kuthiwa cos of x equals a negative, so cos negative p negative upper or negative nakulena quadrant. So i-solutions zethu lie kula quadrant second yesibini naliya yesithathu. Okay, so twasifuna ntoni i-general solution. So x wethu equals Pagla a second quadrant says it's 180 minus theta wethu man go 60. So 180 minus 60 man go 120 degrees plus i-period ke graph ka cos ngubani ku 360 degrees. So it's 360 degrees times 1 times n, or n is an element of integers. Okay, or any solution yethu or x, because sine quadrant ezimbini apho cos wethu a negative corner. So kula third quadrant says was 180 plus or theta. So theta wethu ngubani go 60. So it's 180 plus or 60 ngubani go 240 degrees plus again the period graph ka cos ngubani 360. So it's 360 degrees times or n is an element and only integers. Okay. And then sequel question show.
It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing.